Hey guys and dolls, it's me, Abby, again, of course. Who else would it be? Today I actually have something that was bugging me and I kind of wanted to air it out to you guys, just vent about this thing that really bugs me that people do. I'm sure you guys probably have the same issue. You probably have that particular friend that does these things that you're probably like, I'm going to vent to you guys the things that bother me that people do when they come to my house. Number one, I hate it when people come to my house and they make a sandwich and they put butter bits in the jam. You know, it's disgusting. I hate that, because then it gets all moldy and it's just disgusting. And just as bad, they put like bits of breadcrumbs inside the butter. I mean, come on guys. I know it's just silly, but it really gets on my nerves. I hate that. So number two, don't you just hate it when you're cooking in the kitchen? Maybe you're hungry, you want a little snack. So you make yourself something quick to eat in the kitchen, doing your little stir fry or something. And the next thing, there's a ding dong, knock at the door. And who is it? But your friend who came to visit for like 5 minutes and is all of a sudden famished because she hasn't eaten breakfast or lunch or whatever. You're like, would you like something to eat? They always said, yes, of course, I'm hungry. And you're like, for sakes, now I've got to feed you. But what really comes out is, oh, of course, yes, here's some food that I was making that was actually supposed to be for me, and now your meal for one now has to be split to meal for two. So number three, again with the food, and this is a big topic for me because I love food. I love food so much. I'm like a hoard. I'm a food hoarder. All the time. I can't get enough of food, especially my cooking. Not to brag or anything, but I'm a pretty good cook. Yes, that's right. I can heat it up in the kitchen and I'm pretty good at it too. I don't always feel like cooking, so a lot of the times I would make more. I would make a bulk, something. Maybe like, I don't know, stir fry or something like that. So I can have some more later on. Of course, I've got kids and apparently you've got to feed them. So, they gotta eat too. What happens? What happens, guys? You guessed it. Yes, that friend is at your door again. And yes, they're famished. And not only that, but they want seconds, and they want thirds, and they want fourths, and no, it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there, no. They want to take some home. They brought their container, They want you to fill up their container, because now they want to take some home for their families to eat. And they're like, oh, then what's there for me? I want seconds, I want thirds. Right, here's another one. This one has to do with clothing, okay? Right, clothing number one that I can't stand when people do to me is when they come to your house and they know that you don't like shoes in the house, so they have to take off their shoes, it's natural, everybody does it, and they don't bring any socks. And now you feel bad because the floor is cold, so now you feel like, oh man, I have to lend you my socks, I have to give you one of my socks and you're gonna put your feet in my socks, and it's like, you could just keep that now, I don't want that anymore. You put your feet in my socks, you could just have it. I always take socks with me everywhere I go. I just like pack a little bit of socks in my bag and I'm good to go. I don't really want to be putting my feet in other people's socks. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just weird, I don't know, but yeah, there you go. Clothes bugging number two. This one goes out to my friend Dorota because I've actually done this to her. I can't stand it when people come to my house and they plan to stay for like, I don't know, a little while, and then they end up staying the whole day, right? And then it's cold outside and it's dark and you're feeling kind of bad because they're your friend, you don't want them to go out in the dark and it's freezing, especially in this British weather, it's always cold. And you're like, now you have to give them your coat, now you have to be like, oh, it's cold, here, have my coat. And you really don't want to do that because you're not going to get that coat back, like next thing you're going to see them down the street wearing your coat, looking all fabulous, forgetting that it was yours and you're embarrassed to ask for it back because, people should just naturally give things back. but they don't, you know, and I hate when people do that. I've lost so many coats that way, where people just forget to give it back to you. So yeah, there's that. Dorota, thanks for the coat, mate. I love it. The one that I can't stand that people do is... Okay, so I'm a really nice person and I love hosting. As I said before, I really love hosting and having people around and cooking and things like that, which is nice. But then there are certain people who would come in your house and just be like, you know, chilling, and then they would all of a sudden start wandering around, you know, looking at things to borrow. You know, they start looking at your book collection or your CDs and your DVD collection, and they start like, here's a movie I've never seen before. Can I borrow it? And you're like, well, what happened was, I don't like borrowing my things to people when it comes to books or CDs, because they come back and they've bent the pages where they've bookmarked it instead of using an actual bookmark, and they've bent up your page, or it got coffee stains on the pages, or there's coffee stains on the book cover, you know. Or I hate it when they've bent the book over, you know, when people are reading. Hold on, wait, let me show you. Here's a book that I really love, okay? I lent this out to a friend and it never came back looking the same, right? So it's got creases from when she's obviously bent the book over like that when she's been reading it. And I hate that, you know, because then it gets all creased around the sides and then the back, and it's just like, ugh. And, you know, like they get all these little bends and all these, you know, I hate that, you know. And I also don't like when you lend them a CD. See, I'm getting fired up now. You can see I'm starting to get fired up now. I hate it when you lend them a CD and they don't hold the CD properly, you know? Right, so say you lend them a game. First of all, your game doesn't come back looking the same, because now it's got all these little bits and it's got all these little tears. Can you see that? All those little tears at the bottom like that, right? I can't stand that. Or it's like all creased up. And then look at this. Look at that. The humanity. Who does that? No. It gets worse. It gets worse, okay? Because then people don't hold CDs properly. This is how you hold a CD. Like this. Or like this. Put it in. It's very simple. Put it into the PlayStation or whatever it is you're playing. Very, very simple. I can't stand when people hold CDs like this or like this, you know, like this, and they get fingerprints all over. It's just, come on guys, it's disgusting. Don't do that to me. I'm your friend. Look after my things is all I ask, you know. I'm fine with borrowing my things to people if they take care of them the way that I would take care of their things, or the way that, you know, because I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just like too picky, I don't know. But I really can't stand when people don't hold CDs properly, or when they like bend books, or, you know, just use a proper bookmark, please, you know, do it for me. I am fortunate enough to have awesome friends who, when they come to my house and they eat, they're really nice enough to help me wash up. They help me wash up the dishes, which is really, really cool and awesome. But then, and I really mean this with the most sincerity, okay? I pay for water. They leave the tap on and you're there like, there's like water draining down the drain. It's like money pouring down the drain, and you're just like, it's okay, I'll wash the dishes. Thank you so much for being really sweet, but it's okay, let me do it. Or it's even worse when they go and wash their hands and they leave the water draining while they're putting the soap on, and they're there scrubbing their hands. Water is still draining, by the way. They're not using it yet. It's just draining down the drain. So that you're just there watching them scrub their hands, watching your money pour. Your money's like pouring down the drain. And you're just like, hurry up and wash your hands. Because you don't want to be there to like tell people how to wash their hands. And you know, after a while, I start feeling rude when I just walk up to the tap and just turn it off. I feel kind of rude doing that, but it's like, it's burning me, you know, it's burning me just sitting there watching my money pour down the drain. Oh my gosh, yes, I know I'm being petty, but you know, it's okay, here's another one, right? You might be able to relate to this a little bit more. Okay, so I dislike it when my friends, they come over with their kids, and it's great because I do like children, some, and they want to pop out for like 2 minutes, right? So there's like, oh, I'm just gonna leave the kids here for 5 seconds, you need to pop off to the shop real quick. And you're like, yeah, sure, of course. And they don't come back for hours. What the hell? Why didn't you just ask me to babysit, you know? If you wanted to leave your kids here and have me babysit, just ask. I would have said no, but ask me anyway. Let me know what I'm getting myself into, you know? It's really, really annoying, and I've had that done to me a few times, and I've had to have stern talks with people about it, you know, and it's just not cool. I really don't like it when people do that. And here's another one I really don't like when people do. When they tell their boyfriend or their partner or whatever that they're coming to your house to stay, but then they go somewhere else and you're left out of the loop because then they haven't told you what's going on. So when their boyfriend or partner calls you and they're like, hey, where is so and so? And you're like, I don't know. Or here? And they're like, oh, can I speak to them? And you're like, they're in the toilet? And they're like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll wait. And you're like, okay. There with your other phone, quickly texting, get here quick, you know, or whatever. I hate that because then I'm made to look stupid, you know, I'm made to look like the one that's being dishonest, and I hate having to lie to people. I'm really bad at it, so just don't put me in that situation. I can't do it. I would love to be one of those friends that could just quickly magically come up with stories in their minds. Oh yeah, she just quickly popped off to the shop to get something for me, you know, because I was baking, and then I run out of sugar, and she went off to get the sugar, and then when she came back there was like a stalk, like a giant stalk that just came and took off all the cakes, and then she had to go back into the shop and get some flour. But then when she came back there was like a huge accident, and there were spaceships who came crashing down, and she didn't know what to do, so she had to get on the spaceship to stop them from destroying Earth, because the only way that they would leave is if they had an Earthling to do the experiments on. So she decided to get on the spaceship and then go off with them so she could save the rest of our lives. So as you can see, she's a hero. Yeah, I'm really bad at lying. You shouldn't put me in that spot. Nope. Right, so I've mentioned before that I enjoy cooking. I also like baking. I'm not really great at it, but I'm okay. I enjoy doing it. It's fun. It's like a fun activity to do with the kids. And often or not, I would make a really nice cake that I really, really enjoy. And I would savor that cake. Or even if you go to a shop and you buy a cake and you really enjoy the cake, so you want to savor it, you know, have a slice here and there, maybe watch a movie with a slice and enjoy yourself, you know. It's very common. We all do it. Don't you just hate it when your mates come over and they eat your last slice of cake? Okay, because this has happened to me before, right? I had one slice of cake left, okay? And I know that if my friend comes, when she usually comes, she'll just usually go straight to the kitchen, see what I've got to eat. And usually I would, if I had like more than a slice, I would offer her a slice, you know, would you like a slice of cake? I would offer her, which is fine. But this time, and it's not happened once, it's happened quite a few times, okay? She would just eat my last slice of cake. And I'm like there wanting to squeeze her throat to get the cake out so I can savor it. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't like when people eat my last slice of cake. If I had more than one slice, I'm more than happy to share. But if it's my last slice, I wouldn't mind even halving the slice. I would halve it and she could have one half and I'll have the other. But when somebody just eats the whole slice, it's like I had plans for that cake. Me and that cake were gonna go somewhere special. We were gonna sit down and watch Game of Thrones and nibble on each other, you know? I had a romantic date with that slice of cake and you just gone and broken us up. That's not cool. And finally, guys and dolls, finally the last thing that I will vent about, guys, is this. And I know you have once, at least once, experienced this, okay? So your mate comes over, knock, knock, knock. Hey, what's up? Can I come over and just chill for like 10 minutes? Yeah, sure, of course. They end up staying most of the day. Not being rude, but you're like looking at the time, looking at your phone, looking at your watch, and you're thinking, it's getting a little bit late. It's getting a little bit late, right? But you don't want to say anything because you want people to just kind of clock on for themselves that, hey, it's getting a bit late, I should go home now, right? But they don't, and they end up here or at your place until a ridiculous time, and they've missed the last bus. You're probably thinking to yourself, you better have money for a cab in your bag, because I'm not lending you my last tenner for a cab, yeah, because I know I won't get that back, right? That's what you're thinking in the back of your mind. But your mate is thinking in the back of their mind that I'm just going to accidentally get tired from watching this movie, and I'm just going to, you know, just sort of lay back for a bit and just fall asleep, you know? Why do they do that? They're just gonna accidentally sleep over your house, and you're thinking, why are you not going home? But in their bag, they've probably got a change of knickers, they've got a spare toothbrush in there already, they've probably got their makeup, their change of clothes, their towel, they've got their freaking shower gel, they've got everything in there. You're the only one that was left out of the loop that they were actually going to be sleeping in your house. That is insane. It's crazy. Stop doing that to people. Come on, like, if you want to sleep at my house, let me know, you know, ask me, of course, so I can say no, but at least I'm in the loop of what's going on. I know what's happening, you know, give me that courtesy. It is my house at the end of the day, right? So yeah, those are the things that people do that eek me, right? Okay, no, wait, I left one out. Don't you hate it when people come to your house, right, and they make themselves something to eat, right? Maybe they make themselves a sandwich or like a snack or whatever, and they don't offer you any. Right then, guys and dolls, thank you so much for letting me rant to you. I know I can be a little bit crazy sometimes and quite loud, but yes, thank you for letting me rant my crazy awesome freaking rant to you guys. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to me to get further updates on my videos. Alright guys, in a bit, like and subscribe if you like what you see. Alright, see ya.